Good morning, freshman choir. I know you guys are super excited for a new school year. Now, I know that some of you did chorus in middle school, but some of you, this is your first year in chorus, so a lot of this stuff is going to be new to you. But don't worry, I promise it's going to be a lot of fun. Choir's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to learn a lot of fun songs in here, but we're also going to learn a lot of good techniques to use to be good singers. So one of the most important things in order to sing correctly is to make sure that you have good posture. Now, I know that it's the morning and we're all really tired and we're all maybe kind of slouching back in our seats and stuff, and that's okay to do, but not in choir though. When we sing, especially now, I'm sitting right now, so if we're sitting down and we're singing, we want to make sure that we're sitting up straight. We want to make sure that our chest is raised like this. We don't want to be like, oh, it's the morning, I really don't feel like singing, you know? But we want to make sure that we're sitting up straight, that our chest is raised, and that this helps in producing a good vocal sound. Now, another thing that you can do is just kind of maybe just roll your shoulders back. I find that it helps to start off by doing one shoulder at a time, just to kind of relax your muscles. And then you can do them both at the same time. And now, switch directions, roll them back. Yeah, we want to get rid of all that tension that's in the neck so that we can sing good. So, you can lean your head to the right, and then to the left, and then back, and forward. Now, these are just some of the things that you can do to make sure you're nice and relaxed, that there's no tension in your neck or anywhere and down in this area, but making sure that you're nice and loose and that you're sitting up nice and tall, ready to sing. Another thing you want to do is make sure that your feet are flat on the floor and that they're about shoulder width apart. They don't have to be exactly shoulder width apart, but as long as your feet are sitting flat on the floor and you're sitting up straight and your shoulders are slightly back, this is excellent posture for singing. Now, that's if you're sitting down. If you're standing up, now the wrong way to sing, I've seen a lot of students do this. It's kind of like, it's not like they're like hunched all the way over, but they're just kind of like, either their head is kind of like jutting forward, or they might be standing at kind of like a weird angle like this or like this. When we're standing and singing, we want to make sure that we're standing up nice and tall so that we can produce the best sound possible when we're singing. Like I said, a great way to loosen the muscles is to roll your shoulders back and then forward and forward. And then you can stop and make sure that your shoulders are down and to the back just a little bit. And then we can roll our head from side to side, just to make sure that the muscles in our neck aren't tense, that we're nice and relaxed. We want to make sure that our hands are down by our side. We don't want to have our hands like glued to our side, because that can, when that happens, you know, that kind of tends to tense things up and we can get, you know, kind of nervous maybe. And a lot of people do that when they sing. I know that I've done that before, where I'll get nervous while I'm singing and I tend to kind of tense up and it's like my hands are glued to the side of my body. But when you sing and you're standing, you want to make sure that your hands aren't glued to your side, but that they're down at your side, but that they're just kind of hanging there. They're nice and relaxed. You want to make sure you're nice and relaxed. You want to make sure that your chest is raised, like I said before, and you want to make sure that your neck is not too tense. You want to make sure you're not like, because that's not a good thing to do if you're a singer. And you want to make sure, I'll back up here a little bit so that you can see my feet. This is as far back as I can go. But like I said, you want to make sure your feet are flat on the floor. Make sure that they're shoulder width apart. If you want to, you can have one foot in front of the other, but I would recommend, I think the best position would be just to stand like this with your feet shoulder width apart, standing up nice and tall, hands down by your side, not glued, but just hanging down at your side, and that your chest is raised, and that you're able to take a deep breath and exhale. Inhale and exhale.